Ghosts in the Code, A Halloween Connection by Natica 1. In the dim corners of a Discord server's voice channel, where eerie static mingled with the gentle hum of the internet, Dionysos and Vesta sat together in a digital realm filled with uncertainty. Their faces illuminated by the soft glow of their screens, they were enveloped in the technological shadows of a haunted house, an abandoned server that had been rumored to be haunted by the peculiar spectre known as Ping. "Did you hear that?" Vesta squeaked, her voice barely above a whisper. Every crackle of background noise felt like a ghostly reminder that something unnatural lurked within their online conversations. She shifted in her chair, feeling the weight of her fear of losing Dionysos like a heavy cloak wrapped tightly around her shoulders. Dionysos chuckled nervously. "It's just a regular server, Vesta. Nothing to fear. Unless Ping decides to make an appearance." His playful smirk was lost on her, for deep inside, she held an unshakable fear. What if their connection were to break? What if they drifted apart, never to speak again? Her heart pounded in rhythm with the stories of the server, where voices of the past played hide-and-seek in the code, a place where lost connections lingered like the souls of the undead. As Halloween approached, the server took on an even eerier atmosphere. Digital jack-o'-lanterns, their crooked teeth pixelated, flickered ominously in the ether, while noir bats swooped through the text channels, leaving trails of shadows in their wake. Each warning ping sent shivers down Vesta's spine. "Come on, Vesta," Dionysos said, his tone light. "It's just jack-o'-lanterns and silly ghosts. We can handle this together." But he didn't know the strain of her anxiety, nor the ghostly whispers that crept into her mind when he wasn't looking. The ghostly figure of Ping often jumped in and out of the channels, leaving behind the disquieting emptiness that echoed her fears. "Okay," she managed, forcing a smile that betrayed her worried heart. "But if we encounter any ghosts..." She trailed off, her imagination spiraling into delightful horrors. They were interrupted by an explosion of bizarre audio, a strange, haunting cackle that reverberated through the voice channel. Vesta clutched her headset's ear cups. "Oh no, what was that?" Dionysos smirked, but the bravado in his tone was undercut by the apprehension that crawled up his spine. "It's probably just..." Before he could finish, Ping, the spectral inhabitant of their server, emerged like a startled cat. His movements were erratic, darting between channels, leaving chaotic messages decorated with creepy emojis and mischievous phrases that made Dionysos and Vesta jump every ping. "Trick or treat! Trick or treat!" chimed Ping, his digital voice wacky and echoing as if he was surrounded by a cacophony of ghostly companions. Vesta gasped. Is he a ghost who demands candy from virtual ashes?" Her anxiety spiraled further. The creature's presence hawking a menacing air in the voice channel. Dionysus laughed, but she couldn't help but tremble at the idea. "Looks like we're in for a wild night," he said, trying to compose himself. "Remember, it's just a digital entity with too much caffeine and a penchant for tricks. We can handle this." With Ping bouncing around the server, they felt as if they were the stars of a twisted Halloween episode. "We might be haunted," Dionysos proclaimed, playfully dodging imaginary ghost fingers. Vesta couldn't help but giggle despite her nervousness. And yet, as the clock ticked down to midnight, the pranks of Ping escalated to a fever pitch. The jack-o'-lanterns blinked ominously, and the lines of code blurred together into monstrous shapes. The giggles of the duo were drowned out by the euphoric chaos inflicted by Ping, who was in uncontrollable delight. Suddenly, a new figure appeared in an ominous fashion. "Who dares to encroach upon this haunted server?" it boomed, a distorted echo twisting his voice. Vesta's eyes widened, heart racing. "Dionysos, what is that?" I don't know," Dionysos stammered, attempting to sound brave even as his pulse quickened. "What if it's a zombie?" For a heart-stopping moment, Vesta envisioned a ghoulish face sprawling across their screens, all teeth and ancient curses. But as the chilling figure drew nearer to the microphone, it transformed. With an exaggerated voice that dripped with playful mockery, it burst out, "Just kidding! It's me, your friendly neighborhood werewolf. Why so afraid when you could howl with laughter?" Dionysos and Vesta blinked. The tension dissipated into the absurdity of it all. They couldn't help but start laughing, and soon the sky-high horror plummeted to the ground in a heap of digital silliness. Ping joined in, declaring, "Why be scared when there are treats to be won? Stay and trick or treat with me." As the ghoulish scenario flopped into hilarity, the two young souls roared with laughter, realizing that their fears had transformed into an unexpected night of fun. "I was afraid I'd lose you," Vesta admitted through laughter, "but I think I've found something much better." "You've found my secret," Dionysos said with a grin. "The best trick is laughter anyway. We are all just silly spectres here looking for connection." With Ping and the howling werewolf as their companions, the night became a whirlwind of adventure, filled with playful pranks and unfurling secrets. The echoes of fear were replaced with joy. The darkness was no longer ominous, but simply a backdrop for their joyous haunt. And so, in the depths of a ghostly voice channel that brought them close together, they found laughter, friendship, and a connection that flickered brighter than the crooked smiles of any jack-o'-lantern.